Welcome back to America on the Road. This is Jack Nerad along with Chris Teague, and it is road test time on America on the Road. We're so happy you're with us on America on the Road. Thanks for listening. And let's talk about a vehicle that's essentially the same size. It's the Hyundai Santa Fe. It's all new for 2024. I went on the launch. I believe it was in Tennessee a while ago where I drove the vehicle there. And this time around, I had a chance to drive it up the coast of California to the Central Coast, kind of a 2-day trip with my wife to visit my youngest daughter. It was her birthday, so we decided to go up there and visit her and say hi with her. So it was a great vehicle to do that, as it turned out. It's a mid-size three-row SUV positioned between the Hyundai Tucson, which is about to be completely done over, I guess, and the Hyundai Palisade. It is the 5th generation. I hadn't realized this is the 5th generation of the Santa Fe. It was introduced 25 years ago. And one of its calling cards this time around is what I call a stylish design. It looks a lot to me like a Land Rover or a Range Rover. There's a lot of squared off to the design. It's, I would say, more masculine. My wife agrees with me. It's more masculine, less feminine. She didn't like it for that reason, or didn't like it as much as I like it. She kind of liked the previous version. I kind of like this version, so that tells you something. I'm not sure what. They have added third row seating, or re-added it. It had come and gone in this vehicle. Pretty good looking vehicle by my lights. I mean, what's your take on the looks of the Santa Fe before we go farther?
It is a radical redesign. I think looking at this one compared to the last one is night and day. I personally like it. I do agree with your statement that it is a little bit more masculine. My wife doesn't particularly love it. I think Hyundai went a little bit overboard with the H theme, like the H LED running lights and the taillights and things. But overall, it's a great design. I think they really went out of their way to make it stand out, and they did a good job at it.
Yeah, I like it. I think probably its buyers will like it, but I think a lot of women end up driving this type of vehicle all the time. A great family vehicle, probably really good for shuttling kids in carpool and that kind of thing. So all that's good. Very comfortable on the highway. We spent a lot of time on super highways driving up to the Central Coast, and very, very comfortable vehicle, although it has some off-road chops as well. Very comfortable front seats, good rear leg room. Third row is tight, but you kind of expect that, I think, in a vehicle like this, and it fills the need. You can get a new Santa Fe for as little as $35,000, and it's got some pretty good stuff. It has 18-inch alloy wheels, 12.3-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, hands-free tailgate, which is a liftgate, which is useful. The vehicle I was driving, much more expensive, actually. It's a Calligraphy edition. Base priced in the $40,000 to close to $50,000 range, depending on how it's equipped. 21-inch wheels. It has a beautiful interior, an apple leather interior, dual wireless chargers, which I think is cool. And it has highway drive assist too, that kind of helps you along the highway. Although I didn't use it much, there was so much traffic that I decided I'm going to drive this vehicle myself. I'm not going to let the car try to deal with all this and all the craziness out there. It's powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 277 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque, and I felt it had plenty of power. Has an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, which might make one a little bit wary in what is basically just a consumer-type vehicle. It doesn't have any performance aspirations, but it functioned really well. I think it's a wet clutch, dual clutch. Have you had an experience with this, Chris?
I have, and I appreciate that Hyundai and Kia use dual clutches in everyday vehicles instead of a CVT. They do a good job with it. You know, they're responsive, as you say. It feels smooth. So no complaints from me on Hyundai's DCT.
Yeah. Very clean dashboard, curved panoramic screen. I like that. There's a lot of storage options inside the vehicle. You can get what they call a relaxation seat for the driver. You can get captain's chairs in the Calligraphy model. You have captain's chairs, so that's good. Here's something interesting. The UVC sterilization in the glove box kind of dates back to COVID. It was developed during COVID. I'm not sure that we want to go into the glove box and sterilize things these days, but you could if you wanted to. And the touchscreen works well. The Hyundai system seems to work well, and we don't have to complain now about the fact that they don't have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in their up-level systems. Finally, we're past that. So I think overall, this is a very good vehicle. We had a good time driving this vehicle. It did everything we needed. It swallowed up tons of luggage. It's easy to fold the third row out of the way if you need to or want to. It's filled with safety features. It has automatic emergency braking. It has blind spot alert, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control. Again, I didn't use the highway driving assist 2, as I mentioned, but one could. And you can get blind spot collision avoidance assist and the blind spot kind of monitor, automatic rear braking, which is useful. So all in all, I think there's a lot of value here. I think they've done a nice job with this. I think it's going to depend maybe on consumer reaction to the styling change. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. I think the styling is the hurdle for anyone kind of on the fence here. But one thing Hyundai did a good job at was making it look radical without changing the driving experience to become radical. It just does what it's supposed to do, as you said. It's comfortable, it's quiet. So hopefully the styling catches on and Hyundai can sell a few of them. I really like it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if they're selling to guys, I think they got something. If they're trying to sell to women, maybe not so much, but we'll see. This week, our special guest, and he's going to be coming up next, is Matt Jones. He's the True Car Source of Truth, is what he told me his title is. I'm not sure that's exactly his title, but he's a very wise guy about the whole car buying process. He used to work at a car dealership, among other things. So if you're thinking of purchasing a vehicle this year, you probably want to hear what he has to say. So stay with us for that, and we'll be right back with Matt Jones right here on America on the Road.